All right, so now we're going to go into the charts that break things down by price range. So we've been getting a lot of people calling for market reports. They're wondering what's going on. They're thinking about what the election's going to do. In Paradise Valley, in the higher end homes, we find more people are concerned about the election than some of the other people. But overall, it doesn't affect housing as much, but it will definitely affect people's purchasing decisions, especially if the stock market starts to go down after the election. So in today's video, we're going to give you the updated information on Paradise Valley. And if you stick around to the end of the video, we're going to go over the different price ranges in Paradise Valley and break it down by homes under 3.5 million. Then we'll go into the middle range, over 3.5 up to around 5. And then we'll go up to the homes that are over $5 million up to 10 million. We'll take a look at the days on market. We understand in general that the Paradise Valley market is much slower in the summer and a lot more people take their homes off the market. But right now we've seen a huge increase in inventory throughout the valley, including Paradise Valley. So normally when you go in on a listing in Paradise Valley, you're going to ask for a year to sell it. I mean, that's what it always took. Well, for the past couple years, you haven't had to ask for that because of the low interest rates. And there's a lot of new construction, and there's a ton of people moving here from Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Seattle. But recently now, things have changed a little bit, and the homes that we call tweeners or in-betweeners that need construction, they need remodeling, they need a lot of work. If you can't buy them for land value, a lot of people are skipping them. And right now, the way the market's gone up, that goes up into the $5 million range too. This is just a dashboard of the overall market, but you can see we have 17,613 properties. But look at where this is compared to a year ago. And Paradise Valley is not immune to this. Inventory in Paradise Valley is almost double what it was a year ago. Now, one of the biggest problems with the data that comes out on TV is the fact that some of them use average price. When we're looking at price per square foot, we're looking at the median price, not the average. And again, there's a big difference. If you look at the average, it weighs in the most expensive properties. So let's say there was a sale in PV for 47 million. That's going to skew the average way up, including the lower price properties. We can't use that. We have to use the median where 50% of the homes are higher and 50% are lower. And it's always a much lower number per square foot. So this summary right now for Paradise Valley gives you a little graph that's kind of easy to see. And right now, sellers are definitely overpricing their homes. You can see right here, the number of listings is up quite a bit. The number of sold listings is way down here. And that's a huge gap. So right now, list prices, you can see right here, the average median, and again, that's what I was talking about. The average median price is 5.5 million, but the average sold price is only 3.1 million. So that's a big gap right here, and the bigger that gap gets, the longer the days on market, the lower the prices are going to be, and we're going to get into the list to sales price here in a minute. Now the absorption rate, you can see right here in May, the absorption rate kind of peaked out. But the reason this is dropping is because a lot of people canceled their listings during the summer in Paradise Valley. They don't have to sell the homes, and a lot of them aren't here in the summer. So they're not looking at the market as much. Maybe they're looking at it, but they're not going to be active in it. Now, list price to sales price, this right here, it's saying as of right now is 90%. That means that, there's been some big discounts on the properties. Now in Paradise Valley versus Scottsdale, Scottsdale on the more expensive homes is selling for around 96% list price to sales price. But again, it just depends on the price of the property. The one thing where this is a little bit confusing is the fact that it may actually be a little lower than people think, because some people are giving seller credits that don't show up in the sales price, but they show up at the closing table. So for an example, let's say the home needed $50,000 in repairs and the seller was crediting back $50,000 to the buyer. Maybe they were using it for loan buy down or closing costs or something else, or maybe for just the repairs in general. They could have shown up as a seller concession on the settlement statement, but not shown up in the list price. So that could definitely affect the way that number comes out, and it could actually be lower. You can see right here, days on market peaked in April, but again, a lot of people are taking their home off the market, so that's starting to drop. This is really affecting the market. Now, there are a lot of people that pay cash in Paradise Valley, but a lot of people think everybody pays cash, and that's not the case. So right now, our market really jumped up. When rates were down here in the 6% range, homes were flying off the shelf, and that was going back to the end of 2023. Anytime there's 7% or higher, it really seems to slow the market down. Now, we all know that in Paradise Valley, a lot of people have access to capital outside of the normal mortgage process. And a lot of people in Paradise Valley are more affected by their stock portfolios when it comes to housing. If the market's up, a lot of them are more willing to spend on a house. So now let's look at the monthly average sale price per square foot. We peaked out in April at around 967. We dropped down here in May as low as 782, and right now we're hovering around 816. So things have definitely changed, and you can see again the fact that when interest rates play into this, it can affect the charts. Now there's always some big sales in Paradise Valley, and we're having more and more of them, and that is going to affect your price per square foot. That's why the charts we're going to do next are going to show you based on price range what's happening. Days of inventory, you can see over the last 10 years, we declined to where right here, we only had 86 properties in February of 2022. Right now, we're hovering right around 220. So that's a big jump up from what we had here, where we were, in August, we were around 128. All right, so now we're going to go into the charts that break things down by price range. So these are the homes from 0 up to 3.5 million, and in the last 30 days, we've had 7 closings in that price range. Now on the low side, we saw one for 2.2 million, and on the high side, it was 3.2 million in this range. Average list price was 2.9 million, and average sales price was 2.7. They sold for 94% of asking price. The average square footage was 4,400. Price per square foot was 683. Sales price was 623. 51 days on the market. Now, what do we know about this price range in Paradise Valley? A lot of these homes are what we call tweeners, meaning they're going to need full remodels, and most likely a lot of developers are going to look at these to purchase them for teardown. Now, some people will buy them to live in the home while they get their plans together or rent them out. But ultimately, a lot of homes in this price range right now are going to be sold for lot value. The problem is with these homes, and I had one that I sold, people would come in. Some of the people that were maxed out in this price range didn't have enough money to do the remodel. And then the developers didn't want to pay the price for the house because they were just going to tear it down. So these homes can be one of the tougher homes to actually sell on the market. Now, if they're priced right, they're going to sell. But when you go up into the higher price range where they need a remodel, again, that becomes a problem because those homes are definitely not selling for lot value. So let's go to the next price range. So all these homes are from 3.6 million up to 5 million. So we had in the last 30 days 6 units closed. The average list price was 4.5 million. The average sales price was closed price was 4.4. They sold for 96% of asking price. Average square footage was 4814. List price per square foot was $1,040,000. Sales price was $995. These homes were on the market on average 105 days, with the longest being 251. So I do a lot of luxury home tours. I go on the PV tour every 2 weeks, and I can tell you that there are a lot of homes on this list in this price range. Some of them are fixer-uppers, but maybe they're larger square footages. Some of them have a view with an average home, but people are willing to pay extra for the lot because of the view, and maybe they plan on tearing the home down in the future. But this price range, you can see days on market is growing, and it's actually probably higher than what we're going to see in the next price range. So now we're going in the 5 to 10 million range, and there were 5 sales in the last 30 days. So that's not too far off from what some of the other price ranges were. And this is what's most surprising about this market. There's more homes selling over 5 million, or there's quite a few selling, and it's because we have a lot of new construction, and that's what people seem to like. All right, so the average list price was 6.599, so 6.6 million. The average sold price was 6.4 million. They sold for 97% of asking price. The average square footage was 7,500. The average list price per square foot was 900. The average sold price was 874, and they took 109 days. Now, wouldn't you think that the cost of these more expensive homes would be a lot more than it would be on the less expensive homes, meaning days on market would be a lot longer? But that just shows you the strength of our market and the number of new construction homes that we have in Paradise Valley right now. Don't forget to use our website as a source of good information. If you go to www.soldbysmitty.com, you can go onto our website. You can put your property address in right here to get a home valuation, but we would do one for you. It'd be more specific. I am the author of 4 books that I published on Amazon. They're just little guidebooks for people. Many of the people in Paradise Valley probably don't need these books and they rely on their experts to help them, but I do have them. You can get the free downloads right here. The other thing is I do write a lot of blog articles. I try to publish one every week, and it keeps you up on what's going on in the valley here for real estate. Talks about general things like insurance. A lot of people right now are fleeing Florida because of the homeowners insurance increases. Many people have had over a 50% increase in their homeowners insurance. Thanks for watching today. Have a great day.